van der Westhuizen.
Tian Swanepoel and in the wing. A superb flick.
In die rechtervleugel.
A strong fend.
What can I do?
Rondebosch and Sacs have played each other over 170 times. Rondebosch winning most of them. Today in 2019, Rondebosch have had an impressive start to their season, winning 8 out of 10 games, while Sacs have won 6 out of 10. Welcome to the home of Rondebosch here. Rondebosch Boys High School taking on Sacs. For Rondebosch today, it's about continuing their glamorous season. It's about remaining number 6 in the country, and it's about keeping their Triple Crown hopes alive. For Sacs, it's more of a case of getting a confidence-boosting victory because they've got Paul Gym at home next weekend. With me in the commentary box today is former Western Province Centre, Morgan Newman.
How's it, Justin? Yeah, thanks for joining me. Well, thanks for having me, actually, in the commentary box with you. I'm a little bit intimidated here because I see you the utmost professional, so I'm looking forward to working with you this afternoon. But nonetheless, I was actually down there at the warm-up of both sides before the game started, and both teams really look up for it this afternoon. I expect an expansive game of rugby with some forward packs that I don't know where, I don't know what these kids are eating, but they look mean, they look big, and they look hungry for rugby.
So Rondebosch, of course, well, they've won 7 on the trot, and some impressive victories over Boerland Lampo right on this field. A victory against St Andrews and Grey High School. Just that loss to Paul Ruiz and San Isidro of Argentina. And we look at the Rondebosch first 15, and they are led by the inspirational Matty Gray, who's in his 3rd season of first team rugby for the Bosch Army. Their front row, watch out for the Rondebosch Rhinoceros and Lucanio Bokozela. Troy Fisher scored a try in this fixture last year. Byron Theroux is the tight head prop. Will McDonald partners lock with Matty Gray, and then the loose trio of Matthew Cohen, Sebastian Balriedel, and Joshua King at 8. The backline, ISHMA-EEL, SAFODIEN, and Kian Davis have been impressive. Leon Buerta has to come in for Dolvin Blood. Leon Buerta is the head boy of the school, so he has to answer his call of duty. Matthew McLeod-Smith, who's made the transition from 8 to centre in fine form. Connor Kotze is the outside centre. On the right wing is Tian van Locherenberg. And at the back, the magic man, Connor van Eerden. Sacs, they are led by Jordan Thomas. And he has to be inspirational today. We can see the fans out here. They are ready for a big one. And Sacs, well, they've got a lot of firepower. And you got to watch out for Durant Koervoort at the back. He is their leading try scorer this season with 6 tries. Their front row is Neil Latachan. Their number 2 is Chris Hutting. Peter Choi is the tight head prop. The lock combination of Musa and Thomas. And then that open side flanker, Nick Bowden. He has to have a cracking game today. Ian Patterson is the blind side flanker. And then Brent van Niekerk is the number 8. The scrum off and fly off is Kretschmar and Whittingdale, the small feather, just 57 kilos. The left winger is Doyle. He's actually playing in number 14 today. And then Kremborg is the other winger. Robin Aspeling and Riaz Fredericks are the centres. Durant Koervoort is the fullback. Morgan, you played in a similar derby to this before. What are the emotions that go through these boys?
Cheapest, Justin. I'm looking at this the school lineup here for them to run on, and gives you goosebumps to think that rugby is this alive and well at schoolboy level. But I mean, look, the tension is probably high in the changing room. You know, I mean, I watched this Bishop's Rondebosch game just a few weeks back, and this Rondebosch side impressed me. I think the scoreline wasn't a direct reflection of the performance of this Rondebosch side. And, you know, with the likes of Clinton van Rensburg and Peter Bernardi as leading this side from a coaching point of view, I expect them to come out firing and really play a good brand of rugby. And then on the other side, obviously, the Sac side, who have had a great season so far, and, you know, we'll want to pick up a result away from home here. You know, the home advantage definitely plays a role, and if Sacs can pick up one away from home, it'll stand them in good stead for the rest of the year.
So great to see all the kids out here obviously have dreams of representing their first side one day. And Rondebosch, well, when have they had such a great start to the season? They beat Wynberg a few weekends ago at Hawthorne Den. So their Triple Crown hopes are alive. They get a win here today. The matchup against Bishops in about 3 weeks' time will be an absolute thriller. Sacs, on the other hand, they do have 6 out of 10. But Morgan, they're looking for their first big win in 2019, and they really need a result here before they go back home to play Paul Jim.
And isn't this a good one to pick up? If you're looking for confidence and you beat a Rondebosch side that are running on a bit of a high, then you can definitely, you know, take that kind of confidence up to Paul Jim. But it's going to be tough. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. And I just look forward to this game kicking off and us seeing a spectacle of derby rugby. I think, you know, results, do past results really play a role when a derby's underway? I'm not so sure. So this could go anyway, and I think the start of the game is going to be extremely important for both sides.
Of course, Sacs are looking for their first victory against Rondebosch since 2016. It's been a long wait. They came really close last year on this very ground. They were winning 24-7 at halftime with a man advantage. Rondebosch came back and stole the victory at 29 points to 24. In the last 5 occasions when Sacs have won, they have actually won at this very field. So there is a chance for them. They have a decent record at Rondebosch in the last few occasions. But Rondebosch are in a mean mood to keep their season going. And we can just see the vibe out here. Magnificent. And so much history, so much pride, so much passion. The first fixture between these two sides took place all the way back during World War I. So there's just so much history, Morgan, around these Southern Suburb derbies. And what the locals will tell you is there's nothing quite like a Southern Suburb derby.
I couldn't agree with you more, Justin. But who better to take control of this game than Jonathan KAPLAN? I mean, a man with his experience. This game will be officiated at the highest level. So, yeah, looking forward to the game.
So Sacs going through the tunnel, and first start is the captain, Jordan Thomas, the inspirational leader. And they really need to give it their all out here. One of their toughest games so far in 2019. Riaz Fredericks, the good cricketer. Thomas Doyle follows behind him. Rondebosch coming out through the seasoned veteran in Matthew Gray. And they make their way out of the Colton Lloyd stand here, and they're flying onto the Tinkie Heyns paddock. And they are really pumped here. It's a massive game, and both sides need to be switched on.
I must be honest, in this warm-up, the handling ability of both sides really impressed me. I mean, not many balls went to ground in the warm-up, and players obviously extremely focused for what is a massive encounter this afternoon.
Jonathan KAPLAN, and with the risk of sounding like a stuck record, that is always a very reassuring thing to say. Been refereeing for 35 years. There, the number 5, Jordan Thomas, and Ian Patterson, the blindside flanker, with Nicholas Bowden and Peter Choi, the tight head prop, Riaz Fredericks, and the Posh Army in the distance. They know they've had a special season, but they'll also know, Morgan, that it can take 30 minutes or 40 minutes to really mess things up and get on the back foot.
Yeah, look, a good start is paramount importance when it comes to a derby like this, and both teams will be looking to get off to a good start. I don't know if this is a little bit of mind games, but Rondebosch just letting the Sac side wait a little bit, bringing that that intensity that they may have run out the tunnel with, just calming the boys down before what is expected to be a humdinger of a fixture.
So it's Nick Mara, the coach of Sacs, versus Peter Bernardi of Rondebosch. It's Canigo Avenue taking on Newlands Avenue, and this is Rondebosch versus Sacs. And it will be Conor van Heerden to get us underway at the fullback. Jonathan KAPLAN signals time on, and van Heerden gets us underway. Straight into the 22 he goes, and a bit of a mix-up there with Jordan Thomas, the captain. But luckily for Sacs, They can exit here through ASPELING, but it's a dodgy touch finder.
Yeah, not the greatest of starts, I must be honest. Very fortunate that it came off the chest, so it's not a knock-on. But shaky start and great attacking opportunity here for Rondebosch.
So Troy Fisher will feed, captain of the water polo side. And you'll have to look out for a good water polo player in the line out there for Sacs and Jordan Thomas as well. So Matty Gray, the commander of the line-out, with the carry. It's pick and drive. And then that will really irritate Rondebosch there.
Again, not the greatest start on the other side too. Conceding a penalty and a great attacking opportunity. But a chance for Sacs to relieve some pressure and you know, make a good line-out drive potentially.
So ASPELING has another chance to exit effectively. And he does.
The boot of ASPELING is used a fair amount. I mean, against the Bishop's Rondebosch derby, the boot of ASPELING really came to the fore. You know, relieved a lot of pressure. And Sacs, who are known to swap between their 9s and 10s, to swap on the field, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out through as the game progresses.
Van Niekerk to Kretschmar. Here's Whittingdale. Skips Bowden. And here's Patterson piercing the line. This is an inspirational run. And he finds Thomas Doyle on the wing. So it's a great start here for Sacs. This is what they need. Bowden. And he finds touch. Well, what a start that is for Patterson. A piercing line, Morgan.
Yeah, nice little set phase move there up the middle of the field. Extremely creative. Again, once again, you know, the Sacs side have been creative from first phase. I mean, they broke the line against Bishops a fair amount. And it's great to see that it's happening again now. Once again, you know, a great passing ability between 9, 10, and 12, as all of them have played 9 before this year. As you can see, 10 standing at scrum off for this line-out.
So Fisher feeds to Josh King, the 8th man. Rondebosch struggling to get the maul going in these two initial lineouts, and SAFODIEN, the scrum off, is taking his time, looking for a trademark box kick. And it's a tester for Kremborg, and brilliantly taken there by the Irish-born in William MacDonald. So Rondebosch now through Kean Davis. Here's Brian LaRue, the big tight end prop. Getting over the advantage line. SAFODIEN to Davis, who stabs it downtown. So there's work at the back here for Kurvort, the dangerous player. But he decides to clear, and it's not out. It's there for Davis, the fly off to Conor van Heerden. And he is the magic man, and they've got to contain him, and he slips an offload there. Brilliantly done. Good slip pass there to Vukazela. The Rondebosch Rhino slips the pass to King with a skip ball to Van Locherenbach. Attacking the line. Rondebosch looking threatening. The Roo again. So powerful with the carry. Rondebosch go wide to Matty Gray. What a seasoned campaigner. Going through the phases here while Kean Davis has a crack. And it's a penalty to Rondebosch.
Yeah, Rondebosch making the intentions known fairly early on, you know, wanting to play good possession, and then a weak kick there from that Sacs fullback has resulted in Rondebosch putting the ball through a number of phases, as we see a nice strong carry there from number 1, Lucanio Vukuzela of Rondebosch. Interesting to see what they do here, Justin. Do they? Oh, well, they've already. So they're going for pole. So want to just get a nice 3-point lead early on, and hopefully build on that lead as the game progresses.
Conor van Heerden, 112 points in 2019. He's 3rd in the Western Cape as far as stats go. And included in those points is 2 tries. And it's really good to see Jonathan KAPLAN still refereeing. Used to hold the record for the most test caps as an international, and obviously overtaken by Nigel Owen. So Conor van Heerden has an important kick here.
While he lands up for his kick, Justin, Something I picked up, I see that Josh Whittingdale and Alistair Kreshmar, they are swapping on defense. So on attack, it looks like Alistair Kreshmar stands at fly off, and Josh Whittingdale stands at 9. And then on defense, they swap around. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out as the game progresses.
The crowd will tell you, over it goes. Conor van Heerden draws first blood for Rondebosch. It's Rondebosch 3, Sacs 0, 6 minutes gone.
Nice confidence builder there for Rondebosch. Great strike. And yeah, 3-0 lead for Rondebosch. It should be, once again, let's see what they do from the kick receipt. I'm sure they'll look to put it back in the Sacs half and rebuild from there. Split kickoff from Sacs.
Aspeling. And Kutza, the outside centre, is underneath that one. Quite a good run there, gaining some valuable meters. And look at this. It's Joshua King. The burst away, loose forward. And that was very unorthodox, and he gives the ball away to Kovac. He gets the offload away to Hutting. Almost intercepted. In fact, it is intercepted. But Jonathan KAPLAN will bring Kean Davis back. And Sacs will breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, unfortunately, no advantage there. So Rondebosch can't take advantage of that one. But yeah, I mean, after the line break like that, I'd love to see him hold on to that ball, put the ball through phases, and build some more territorial pressure, you know. But nonetheless, unlucky. And creates a defensive scrum for Sacs. And it'll be interesting to see if they hold on to the ball or if they decide to once again look for territory.
Remember to keep interacting with us across all social media platforms. This coverage brought to you by School Sport Live. So Kreshmar and Whittingdale now to Riaz Fredericks, the big outside centre, making good meters. And Sacs with the momentum. Aspeling with the carry on. And a mix up there by Rondebosch, and this will be gold for Sacs. And here goes Kovac. You won't catch this fella. Sacs' sensation gets the first try of the game.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication there between the Rondebosch fullback Conor van Heerden and Ian Botha, and results in a turnover ball and a great try there. And it takes the score to 5-3 with a kick to come. It's interesting.
What a player. Provincial colours already.
Yeah, there we see the kick. Just the lack of communication there, you know. I'd love to see the 14 of Rondebosch, Tian van Lochrenberg, rather block there and allow Conor van Heerden, who's coming forward, to leap for that one and try and make the catch. But nonetheless, knocked on, and the Sacs taking full advantage of that miscommunication.
So Sacs, they'll be delighted with that. It's a perfect start. Aspeling now. And he's dragged that to the left. So he hasn't got the 9-9 out yet. But Sacs have come flying out all the way from Newlands Avenue, and they score cracking. Score through their star, Kovac.
Speak of the 9-9, Justin, that's probably a bit like my drive, just slightly to the left. But unfortunately, Conor had the extra 2 points, and Rondebosch lead this one. Oh, sorry, Sacs lead this one 5-3.
Fredericks takes. Gets the offload away. Difficult one here for Latachan, the loose head prop. Troy Fresher trying to get the steal. And here's Musa now, playing at lock. And it's been poached by SAFODIEN, and it's opening up here. McLeod Smith, here's Kotze. And great defense by Sacs. And that'll be a big confidence booster for the young Ikeys.
There we see a great turnover, putting the ball through the hands, but solid defense there by the Sacs number 6, Nick Bowden. I must be honest, Justin, Sacs really need to work on that kick receipt and exit a little bit better than they have. They're putting themselves under unnecessary pressure.
Jordan Thomas misses it. Troy Fisher, and he lets it go. So Sacs again, let off the hook.
1 or 2 unnecessary errors creeping into this game. 2 or 3 knock-ons in a row now. I think both teams will just look to consolidate, and in Sacs's view, set up a good scrum here and a good exit.
So a few battered bodies out, and Rondebosch have had their fair share of injury and sickness concerns, but it hasn't really affected their season when you look at the results. Troy Fisher there is the leading try scorer for Rondebosch with 8 tries, the hooker. And Sacs Morgan will definitely take this result at the moment. They'll be delighted with this away start here.
Yeah, I think it has been a good start, Justin. I mean, you know, scoring try a little bit against the runner player must be said, but nonetheless, at 5-3 with 11 minutes played, I'd be fairly happy, although they'll need to get some good territory and look to hold on to the ball in the Rondebosch half. Currently just playing too much rugby inside their own half.
Yeah, it's a massive blow now for the Bosch Army. It's Matthew Gray, their seasoned campaigner, their captain, is leaving the field. And Sacs's hopes will really be increased with this. And it will be Campbell Slater who will come onto the park in replace of Gray. Did start off the season in the first side. And your partner, William MacDonald, now. So Sacs with a chance to relieve some pressure. Kretschmar feeds, and it's a mix-up again at the back. And Brent van Niekerk has to clean up, and Aspeling. And a decent clearance there. In fact, a very good clearance from behind his own goal line.
Yes, Justin, very nice clearance there, but it must be said this Rondebosch pack is looking rather strong, and with 2 scrums in the game so far, I've been impressed with their ability to counter shove on the Sacs ball, so we'll keep a close eye on that as the game progresses.
Joshua King with the take. And again, Rondebosch Mall has gone to ground. Here's McLeod Smith now, the inside centre, running into Brent van Niekerk. SAFODIEN. And here's the Roo, the tight head prop, getting over the advantage line. Vukozela now with a little dummy. What a player, what a prospect. SAFODIEN to Davis, who goes straight through. Kian Davis for the score. So close. It was a lovely little shimmy there. Vukozela now. And Sacs mark him well, but he's got a lot of power. SAFODIEN to William MacDonald. Sacs are defending for their lives, and Rondebosch want to go in front. SAFODIEN, Conor van Heerden skips the ball, and it's the new man, Campbell Slater, and he is over. Can you believe it? Just been on the field for 2 or 3 minutes, and he scores, and he brings Rondebosch back in front.
Yeah, great patience shown inside the 22 there by Rondebosch to hold on to that ball with a half a line break, and then spreading the ball out wide. Nice little strong carry there up the middle of the field, and then putting the, here we see the little half break by the fly, by Rondebosch fly off. Connor Kotze just comes up short, and then great patience shown by Rondebosch to keep this ball through phases and score in the opposite corner. A massive confidence boost, Justin, considering they've just lost their captain early on with only 14 minutes played. To lose your captain could have a massive effect on this side, but great to see a try there by the reserve lock, who will obviously be raring to go coming off the bench this early.
So Conor van Heerden has the duties of adding the extras. converts with certainty. Conor van Heerden. It's Rondebosch 10, Sacs 5. What an opening, 16 minutes.
Yeah, fantastic strike there by Conor van Heerden. I mean, not an easy kick in front of the Sacs, for Sacs school. I'm sure he copped a bit of flack there, although it was deathly silent in the stands. But yeah, great strike, and it puts Rondebosch ahead 10-5.
Kutsa again with the take, the outside centre. Rondebosch settling down nicely. Both schools hammering away at each other. Conor van Heerden looks for space. ASPELING is at the back, and so is Doyle. Doyle hands it away to ASPELING, who sets off to Brent van Niekerk. Good play by Kretschmar. He has Kremborg now, the big winger. Up on halfway. So it's one try apiece. Patterson slips it to his captain and Jordan Thomas. And the Sacs fans getting behind their side. Whittingdale and ASPELING. And here's Korbot, the dangerous player, to Thomas Doyle, looking to skin them. He beats one, but then he meets Kian Davis. Kretschmar, Whittingdale, and here's Peter Choi. Sacs looking to break Rondebosch's defense. Whittingdale flings it away there. And here's ASPELING. He's tied up in the tackle by LaRue. And here's Nicholas Bowden now. Beats one, beats two. Terrific footwork by the open side flanker. Sacs want to score next. And they've got the free player. Here's Musa, who throws a dummy. So how serious are Sacs? That is the question. Whittingdale with the kick ahead. It's there for ASPELING. Can he finish? ASPELING gets the offload away. And here's Kremborg now. Sacs are really looking serious. Peter Choi really looking like a great team in the opening 17 minutes here. And this is decision time, Morgan.
Fantastic passage of play there, Justin. I was completely engrossed in that passage of play. Great transition between backs and forwards, and Sacs playing with such width. I mean, 50 inside the 15s, they're carrying the ball, and you know, backs and forwards passing the ball at great lengths, and then with advantage, obviously the chip to try and take full advantage of that chip, and worked nicely. But ASPELING, well, Sacs actually showing their intention quite clearly here by going for touch. There we see great width being played there. Final pass, and Thomas Doyle carrying it nice and strongly, although met with a strong defense there by Kian Davis. And then if you just look at this, I mean, the amount of passes, great feet being used, transition between backs and forwards, strong carry up the middle of the field by Nick Bowden. And then, you know, obviously the Flower trying to take advantage with a little chip there to exploit a massive passage of play.
Scrappy line out again. Brent van Niekerk has to come to the rescue. Sacs score now. They're really here to play on the Tinkie Heyns Field, that's for sure. They want their lead back. Kretschmar to Jordan Thomas, the skipper. Latachan is in support. He'll pick and go all day long. The loose head prop Musa now as well. Sacs patiently driving. Kretschmar has to dig, and it's very untidy, but they come away with the penalty. So now surely they'll have another crack.
Yeah, tough times now. If they now choose to go for poles, I think they show a bit of weakness. So will be interesting to see, but and they do so. So I think that's actually a victory for Rondebosch, in my opinion.
Well, I think Sacs are thinking on the other hand that if they don't come away with a try, they'll be disappointed. But yes, Rondebosch will take those 3 points, Morgan. So
yeah, tremendous pressure there, Justin, by Sacs, and to walk away with 3 points, take the score to 10-8. It's a nice confidence booster.
Well, it's really tight out here on the Tinkie Heyns Field. Sacs, well, we can see that they really want to win this game. They're really up for it. And both sides putting their bodies on the line in the opening 20 minutes here. And also a great turnout as well. It's got a matchbox feeding to it, this ground.
Important kick receipt here for Sacs, Justin. They'll need to really secure this kickoff and get out of their own half.
So the contestable one from Van Heerden. And William MacDonald did a tremendous job. And here's Campbell Slater now, the try scorer. SAFODIEN, Kian Davis, Conor Van Heerden. Gets the offload away. And Bosch are lucky to still have this one. McLeod Smith with the carry. And Sacs, they poach it and they get a much needed penalty.
Fantastic counter ruck there by Sacs to win that ball and win themselves a penalty.
Tiaan van Lucherenberg there.
Well, there's a breakout in play, Justin. It must be said that extremely creative of Sacs to interchange 9, 10, and 12 the way they have. You know, 12's doing the kicking, 10 is defending at 9 on defense, 9's attacking at 10 on attack. Very, very interesting, it must be said.
So Hutting with the throw. Short lineouts. And the lineout is a shambles, and here goes Troy Fisher. He'll be difficult to stop. What a carry. About 30 meters by the hooker. Josh King slips the pass to LaRue. Rondebosch looking for another score. They got numbers on the right. Here's Conor Van Heerden, the skip ball to Kotze. So Rondebosch in the golden zone again. Here's MacDonald now. And great defense there by Brett van Niekerk. SAFODIEN to Van Heerden with the inside ball and a speculative one. So Sacs get the turnover and Musa lays it back. A chance for Sacs to exit through ASPELING.
Wow, fantastic clearance there by ASPELING. But it also must be said, Justin, that mistakes by Sacs leading to Rondebosch being on the attack. Sacs have looked impressive with ball in hand. And so have Rondebosch, in fact. The skill level of these kids have been amazing.
So King, he is the target. And he's getting that truck going. The Bosch Army with an impressive maul at the back there is Will MacDonald, and they've got the free play as well. SAFODIEN looking really patient. Kian Davis frees it away there to McLeod Smith. And we'll come back for the penalty. SAFODIEN, no intention of taking it quickly.
Fantastic variant play there, Justin. Rondebosch have gone off the top of the most of their lineout so far. And then just outside the 22, opting to drive this one. And leading to a penalty, which they're kicking to touch.
And I think Rondebosch, they just want to take control of this game. They want to show that they are definitely ranked number 6 in the country. Can they get a score here? About 10 meters out, it's King again. And it's another penalty, so Sacs need to be careful here. It's MacDonald now. Another carry for the lock forward. Here's Bokozela. A lot of work for the prop in this opening 25 minutes. Josh King. Also been a good shift so far. LaRue. Really copper stump stuff here. And Bosch treating this game with respect. Bokozela again. SAFODIEN to Slater. McDonald in support. SAFODIEN goes on the short side to Kian Davis. Really close, agonizingly close. And that is tremendous defense from the young Ikeys.
SAFODIEN has been impressive with his distribution at the breakdown or at the rucks. And here we see him just changing up, going up the blind side. And great communication between himself and his fly off and Kian Davis. And just coming up short there, unfortunately. But promising that every time Rondebosch have gotten into the 22, they've walked away with points. And they'll be looking to do the same in this instance.
Of course, a lot of history for both of these schools. Both produced about 30 international players. So, a telling time here. About 10 minutes away from half time. And Rondebosch will want to take control of this game.
Great attacking position here for Rondebosch, Justin. Small blind, big open side, plenty of options. Will be very interesting to see whether they keep it tight or whether they go wide. And defensively, Sacs will have to be on their toes.
Look at the size difference there. SAFODIEN probably feels like a giant compared to Whittingdale there, who is just 1.6 meters and 57 kilos. And Rondebosch now, well, they won't get a much better opportunity than this. And they've got the free kick. SAFODIEN takes it quickly, but he is brought back by the experienced ref in Jonathan KAPLAN. SAFODIEN to Slater, looking for a second. Lays it back. Here's William McDonald. Aspeling with the tackle, as well as Kretschmar. And Sacs with courageous defense, but it's still a penalty to Rondebosch.
I'm not sure that was the right decision there, Justin. Just a quick tap there, you know, with such a dominant scrum. I'd love to see them take another scrum, tie in all the forwards of the Sacs, and then look to exploit backs versus backs there with some creativity in the backline. So, not sure it was the right decision, but they've still got we've got another penalty, and now they choose to go for the scrum. So, interesting calls here, but nonetheless, Rondebosch will just be looking to walk away with at least a 5 or 7 pointer.
SAFODIEN. And that is very unlucky for Rondebosch, and Sacs are dodging lots of bullets here.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Rondebosch there, because middle of the field scrum inside the 22 is what they call prime real estate on a rugby field.
Ian Patterson there, what a story. Had a brain tumor 2 years ago. And that is a story for another day. Sacs now need a good exit. Just 2 points behind. Rondebosch with a big shove, and here's Brent van Niekerk. Aspeling under pressure. And that ball is not out. Here's little Conor van Heerden, who throws a massive dummy. Tiaan van Locherenberg, but it has gone forward. Rondebosch will be very frustrated with this last 5 or 6 minutes here in Morgan.
Yeah, camping in the Sacs half. And not a bad exit here by Aspeling. Although, however, his forwards will be telling him at all costs he's got to find touch there. But Conor van Heerden has been impressive at the back with his boot. But on attack, he's just 1 or 2 errors creeping into his game that he'll need to eliminate as this game progresses.
Big shove again by Bosch. And Riaz Fredericks, well, he's been impressive with the ball in hand. And McLeod Smith with a big tackle there. Aspeling looks to clear. And it's not out again. But Conor van Heerden has to backtrack. So what will the kid do? That is not his best kick at all. And here's big trouble. Sacs collect through Thomas Doyle. Sacs have lots of numbers on the left, but ASPELING decides otherwise. And the head boy, Puerta, stabs it into touch. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened there, Morgan, if they did go wide.
Yeah, turnover ball, Justin, needs to get shifted at least 2 passes before anyone kicks. So ASPELING, however, has been making good decisions with the boot. So maybe just the incorrect decision there, which leads to a line out for Rondebosch on the halfway line. And still, however, a victory for Sacs, considering they were camping in their own 22 for the last couple of minutes.
So Troy Fisher, one of the leaders in the side. And King again, having a field day at line-out time. It's scrappy from Rondebosch again. And there's a lot of errors creeping into their play. And they really need to settle down. Because when Sacs have had the ball, they have looked dangerous.
They have indeed, Justin. They've looked extremely dangerous. And just 1 or 2 errors, you know, just slow it down a little bit. Regroup. Maybe whoever's taken over the captaincy should now call the boys in, calm them down, and you know, just maybe look for some territory once again, put the ball in the boot, give Sacs the ball, and put up good defensive lines. But that being said, extremely deep by this Sacs backline, and I suspect another creative backline move.
Better scrum, Kretschmer, Whittingdale, ASPELING now, and Doyle. Again, here's Fredericks. Gets the offload away to the dangerous man in Kurvort. Another offload, Jordan Thomas. Whittingdale. Here's Peter Choi, the tight head prop. Gets the fend going. He runs into his opposite number there in LaRue. Kretschmer and Latachan. Really tight, 10-8 on the Tinkie Heyns paddock here in Rondebosch. ASPELING and Kurvort has a go himself. And Fredericks again. A fabulous offload there to Kremborg. But unfortunately, an unforced error.
Yeah, we hit that in that stage of the game, Justin, you know. 5 to 10 minutes before halftime. And just a number of errors creeping into both sides here.
Perhaps Morgan, Rondebosch missing their captain and Matty Gray.
Leadership does play a massive role in times like this, you know, where you hit a bit of a rut in terms of errors. And be interesting to see. It looks like number 8, Josh King, may have taken over the captaincy, but and trying to marshal the troops. But you know, hold the ball, put the ball through phases, keep it nice and simple and basic, and hopefully that way some confidence will get restored back into this Rondebosch side.
SAFODIEN to Davis. And McLeod Smith with a strong carry. And Sacs get a penalty. Well, they might be behind, Morgan, but I think they really think that they're in with a chance here.
Fantastic steal by Nick Bowden. He was on that ball before the Rondebosch centre, Matthew McLeod Smith, barely touched the ground. And Nick Bowden was on top of him to steal that ball. So great defense by Sacs, and it gives them potentially a great attacking opportunity just outside the 22 of Rondebosch.
Telling moments now as we approach half-time. And if Sacs can come away with even 3 points here, Morgan, going into the shed, that'll be massive. Chris Harding will throw for Sacs. And Sacs really need a good line out here. They need to take it to Rondebosch. And there's a lot of noise from the Rondebosch army behind Hutting.
Sneaky little Rob Sims, the physio of Rondebosch, a man I know very, very well. Looks like he's clearly sending out a message to Vukuzela, who's up front. Obviously a message from the coaching box, Justin.
Jordan Thomas and Patterson to Hutting. And Josh King is trying to cause havoc there. Whittingdale to Musa. Kretschmar, Whittingdale, Aspeling to Corbett. He's the kid with the golden touch, Corbett. It's a loose offload. And that is a big relief for Rondebosch. And that is half time. Well, it is like a Southern Suburb derby. It's really tight here on the Tinkie Heyns Field. It's Rondebosch 10, Sacs 8. Sacs got the first try of the game through their fullback in Durant Corbett, who got his 7th try of the season. Then Rondebosch hit back. Their captain, Matty Gray, went off. On came Campbell Slater, and he scored. Morgan, thoughts on that first half?
Fantastic first half, Justin, I must be said. Both sides making their intentions known, but just towards the back end, you know, a number of errors creeping in. And I'm sure the coaches will be in the ears of all their players to eliminate errors when we kick off the second half.
So some stern words there from the coaching staff of Rondebosch. They might be in front, but they've made quite a lot of errors in the first half. It's Rondebosch 10, Sacs 8. Morgan. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half. Sacs haven't had most of the ball, but when they've had the ball, they've looked impressive.
They have, Justin. It must be said. The Sacs have looked impressive with the ball in hand. You know, 1 or 2 errors out wide, which they can try and eliminate and hold on to the ball. And if they can do that, then I think they can really put this Rondebosch side under tremendous pressure. That being said, though, this Rondebosch side hasn't looked half bad themselves. And with some stern words there from the coaching staff, I expect this Rondebosch side to come out all guns blazing. And it's the old cliche, you know, the opening 10 minutes could determine this game.
Beautiful setting out here at Rondebosch High School. The fans have flocked in, and there's nothing quite like a Southern Suburb derby. Remember to keep interacting with us across all social media platforms. And really good to see Jonathan KAPLAN just imparting some knowledge on the youngsters. So much experience for Jonathan KAPLAN, been refereeing since 1984. And always such an incredible vibe out here at the setting on the Tinkie Heyns Field. So Sacs coming back out onto the park. And it'll be interesting to see what the halftime talk was for Sacs. And they know that they're in with a chance here.
Yes, they definitely are in with a chance here, Justin, and be interesting, you know. The one goes into the shed, into the changing room. The one stays on the field. Mind games all around. Only time will tell which one is the better of the two, I guess.
So Jordan Thomas there, barking orders.
2, 3, start, go!
Of course, Jordan Thomas and Brent van Niekerk, part of that number 1 water polo side, Sacs in the country, undisputed number 1. And the spectators, well, they've been treated here to a very tight contest. And Rondebosch, well, they're going to have to respond now without Captain Matty Gray, who's the second captain in the season. Jordan Collier started off the season a captain, but he's just recovering from an injury. So a big test here, and they need leadership. Sacs have Jordan Thomas as their captain. Can they capitalize? Interesting kick there by ASPELING. Kian Davis sends it downtown. And Kurvot is at the back, but that is a fabulous kick by a player who has already represented his province.
Fantastic exit there by Rondebosch, taking the play up to halfway line, and yeah, nice and controlled start from both sides, I thought.
So Sacs on halfway. Chris Harding. Sacs' lineouts weren't that great in the first half. So have they fixed it up at half time? Thomas, slippery again. Whittingdale and Patterson slips it beautifully there to Poden. Slow ball here for Kretschmar. Back on the inside there from Ratachan to Kurvot. Some enterprising play from Sacs. ASPELING. And Sacs have a penalty, and it is kickable as well.
Once again, Justin, extremely creative first phase play there from the Sacs side. And they have really impressed from first phase, it must be said. Lineup didn't go 100% according to plan, but there was definitely some creativity in the back line with a little run around and a pop pass.
So ASPELING will have a shot at goal. Sacs and Jordan Thomas want their lead back. And this is quite a big moment because it'll give the momentum back to Sacs. See the assistant coach there, Matty Curry, in the background, who brought on the tee. So Robin ASPELING. Can he put his side in front? Disappointing there from ASPELING. So Rondebosch maintain the lead.
Yeah, right option. And I think this breeze towards the back end of this game may play a slight role. And it seems like it may just be at the back of the Sacs side. So be interesting to see if more penalties will be taken to go to polls.
CONOR van Heerden. Sacs have watched him well. And ASPELING to Kurvort. Scored Sacs' only try so far. Whittingdale, skip ball to Lattergan. That is a wonderful pass to Brent van Niekerk. Sensational. And look at the number 8 go. And what a steal that was from Rondebosch. Davis, van Heerden with the kick. And Kurvort has time here. Looking to set off on a journey. And that is not gathered there by Kremborg.
Yeah, Kurvort has looked dangerous with ball in hand. But just on 2 occasions now, a little bit indecisive. And leading to being caught behind the advantage line. And in this instance, a slight knock-on. So, but again, Justin, both teams fairly tentative in their opening 4 minutes. Not wanting to hold on to the ball too much. Prepared to kick it away and hopefully put up good lines and look for territory in the opposition half.
So Rondebosch just in front by 2 points, but they've got a mountain to climb here. They've got a bye next week, and then they play Stellenberg, and followed by that is Bishops. Sacs have gym next weekend. McLeod Smith couldn't take that ball on the front foot. The pass wasn't accurate. SAFODIEN, Campbell Slater. SAFODIEN goes back to Davis. It's really starting to feel like a test match out here. Really tight. And you can feel the anxiety around the ground. CONOR van Heerden to Joshua King now. And he'll have a crack. Sacs meet him on defense. SAFODIEN, CONOR van Heerden. Here's McLeod Smith. So Rondebosch really enjoying the lion's share of possession. And here's Troy Fisher. This is majestic from Fisher. SAFODIEN. That is majestic. A marvelous try from Rondebosch. And SAFODIEN scores.
Fantastic play by Troy Fisher of this Rondebosch side. I mean, extremely strong, aggressive ball carry. And then to not get the white line fever and make the offload. 10 out of 10, Justin.
Troy Fisher, well, normally he is scoring the tries, but this time he sets up one for his number 9, SAFODIEN.
There we see a fantastic aggressive ball carry. And then many take for granted the ability to make a pass with a 2-on-1. And SAFODIEN has been fantastic with marshalling his forwards all day. Duly rewarded with a try in the corner. The job of a scrum off is to run those support lines all afternoon, and him reaping the rewards there, Ishmael SAFODIEN.
So CONOR van Heerden with a very difficult kick. It's a crucial one as well. But he doesn't convert. So it's a 7-point ball game. Rondebosch scored the try of the game so far through ISHMA-EEL SAFODIEN.
You speak of test match rugby, Justin. A lot more kicking in that opening 7 minutes of the second half than throughout the first half. So clearly a message from the coaches.
King lets it go. It's a chance for Sacs through Patterson. And then Bowden Out of all players, lets it go. That was a big chance there for Sacs. You can just see the two water polo players there, Troy Fisher and Jordan Thomas. No love lost there.
Troy Fisher somewhat looks like the heartbeat of this Rondebosch pack, if you ask me.
So Sacs, one does feel that the momentum is certainly with Rondebosch. And Sacs need to do everything in their power to stop that. They have a chance now. They have a chance to put the pressure back on. Whittingdale assessing his options, and it's been spilt. And another error. So a lot of errors. And both sides are feeling the pressure.
Yeah, but too expensive, if you ask me, there on the Sacs attack, you know. First great attacking opportunity of the second half. All you want to do there is build some confidence, hold on to the ball and put it through the phrases. And with that will come the confidence and hopefully the mismatches in order to score or put on some points early on in the second half. But nonetheless, a knock on both sides and a scrum to Rondebosch.
SAFODIEN works the short side. Davis. And that's a great result for Rondebosch. Davis putting the pressure on. And the bounce of the rugby ball did it there. And some argy-bargy here. So it's really getting tense out here. Troy Fisher and company. And the Bosch Army, they're getting involved as well, the crowd.
Just a little bit of handbags, Justin. It's great to see at schoolboy rugby that this aggression still exists, and a few handbags, exchanging cell phone numbers for the house party going to happen this evening probably.
So SAFODIEN will feed. Scrappy again, it's a tight head in fact. Brent van Niekerk has fought ferociously all game. And Musa now almost looks like a hooker who's playing at lock. Whittingdale, a skip ball brilliantly taken there by Thomas Doyle. It's the kick and chase through Doyle. Amazing from Thomas Doyle. Brilliant skill. And Sacs, well, they really have a chance now. Some skill that was. Is that the fire that Sacs need? Musa has a go. The Sacs supporters have come alive. And Sacs want to go flying over this try line. And they edge closer. Kretschmar. The pass there from Patterson to Van Niekerk. Jordan Thomas, the skipper. We come back for the penalty. You can see Nick Mara in the background there, trying to just pump up his boys.
Fantastic skill set shown there by Thomas Doyle down the left-hand touchline. Picked up a pass off of his toes, and then chip and chase while being hunted down. Fantastic by Thomas Doyle, and hopefully that may just set the Sacs side alight onto greater things. And once again, making the intentions clear by going for the line out.
Both schools going mad in the Colton Lloyd stand. This fixture means a lot to all these boys and parents. So Hutting now with a crucial throw. Sacs have a massive opportunity here. They don't want to go away. Jordan Thomas can't take it. And that is a massive steal there by William McDonald. And they will owe him a Coke after the game, that's for sure. Davis with the clearance, but Rondebosch is still under the cosh here.
Very, very brave place to contest the line out, Justin. If they don't win that ball there, it's 7 points to Sacs. But obviously backing themselves at the line out, reading the line out extremely well, and contesting well. But I'd love to see Sacs just throw a 2-ball there, eliminate the high risk element to it, and set up a nice driving ball and put this Rondebosch back and forwards under pressure.
Hutting. And it's been stolen again by Rondebosch. So the lineout's really not working at the moment for Sacs. And it's really letting Rondebosch off the hook. Vukosela, did he knock it on? He did. So Sacs have another chance here, and luckily for them, it's a scrum, Morgan.
Sacs need to turn this pressure into points now, Justin. Fantastic attacking opportunity in the far left-hand corner, inside the 22 of Rondebosch, and Sacs will have to walk away with some form of points, be it 7 or 3 or 5. And something sneaky looks like it's about to happen.
Kretschmar, Aspeling. Good carry there. Peter Choi. So courageous. And here's Latachan now. Telling times here for both schools. Somebody will come away with a massive confidence booster from this phase of play. Sacs edging their way closer and closer to the line. The Roux tries to steal it. It's a free play. Jordan Thomas, the captain. Sacs are really close now. Patterson, Ian Patterson. Is he over? He's knocked it on. Patterson. And that should have been a try for all money. And that is going to hurt.
Sacs camping in the half of Rondebosch, and just extremely unfortunate with a slight knock on and a bit of case of a bit of white line fever, Justin. He was over. It's great defense there by reserve Campbell Slater. And probably making a case to start next week.
Well, he might have to start next week if Matty Gray doesn't recover. Or in 2 weeks, of course, next week, Rondebosch do have a bye. So they will welcome that break. Still a lot of time here, Morgan. But that could be a massive turning point. It was such a strong run from Patterson. But sometimes when you try that extra bit, it just doesn't pay off.
Yeah, Sacs definitely forcing it, and unfortunately just knocking the ball over the try line. But they're still playing the game in the right part of the field, and it's not all lost if they can make a good scrum here and turn over possession to go and keep the pressure on this Rondebosch side. But tight games like this are all about turning points, and there's something about the look and feel of the next 5 minutes which could just be one of the turning points in this fixture.
SAFODIEN, McLeod Smith, the inside centre, will run all day. SAFODIEN composed at the ruck, feeds it back to Davis. And it's really a circus at the moment. But Bosch get the penalty.
Yeah, Jonathan Kaplan doesn't miss a thing, does he? Great call there. With the charge down, everybody's put onside, but then with a slight knock from the Sacs, it's a rather accidental offside that leads to this penalty.
Conor van Heerden there with a good touch finder.
Yeah, extremely good touch finder, and some room to breathe for Rondebosch.
See the old boys out there. Fabulous to see. So Troy Fisher, the kid who sparked that majestic try, finds King for about the 6th time in the game. Matty Cohen with the carry, the open side flanker. SAFODIEN, Davis. No stuffing around from the fly-off. Kremborg now. The inside ball to Kurvorts. Doyle in support. Dummy thrown there by Whittingdale. They need something special. Here's Patterson. And they got numbers on the left here, Sacs. They need to make it count. Latachan with some water polo skills there. Whittingdale. Interesting kick. And this could be a massive moment now. This could be tickets. And this could be a tragedy for Sacs.
Big decision coming up from Jonathan Kaplan here, Justin. Got so engrossed in this game.
Well, Jonathan Kaplan probably giving what the spectacle wants.
100%. That's experience, you know. Could easily have gone to the pocket, but in the spirit of the game, I think, you know, making the correct decision there. And I'd love to see this Rondebosch fly put the ball in front of his forwards a bit more often instead of kicking to the open side, which not out.
So King, the skip ball to Conor van Heerden. He plays a bit of ping pong and he finds the touchline, and the pressure is on Sacs. But disappointing there from Rondebosch, not finding their touch.
Yeah, massive error, not finding his touch, although making up for it with a fantastic cross-field kick. But they do, however, lose the line out.
This will be an interesting line out for Sacs, right by the Rondebosch old boys stand. And they'll get the feeling, the old boys, that they're back at school with this line out. Whittingdale, here's Musa, really giving it his all. Runs into Campbell Slater. Aspeling, the great dummy. Jordan Thomas. Rondebosch are right where they want to be in Sacs' 22. Aspeling with the clearance. It's not out. Here is Conor van Heerden. Throws a dummy, he beats one, gets the offload away brilliantly to Van Locherenberg. SAFODIEN, Vokozela. A ferocious carry. The crowd is going mad for Vokozela, Rondebosch's rhinoceros. Great meters gain. Here's a moment now for Rondebosch. Riedel, Joshua King. He deserves a score, and he gets a try, and Rondebosch are taking control.
We spoke about turning points, Justin, and I must say this seems like it is just the turning point. Fantastic hands at the blind side for a score in the corner.
Fabulous hands there by Riedel as well.
There we see the replay. Vukuzela carrying nice and strongly to set up a ruck in midfield. And then once again, SAFODIEN making the right decision, going up the blind. Fantastic hands with an offload in contact. 2 offloads in contact to put number 8, Josh King, away in the corner.
Massive moments. Joshua King takes his side, 12 points in the clear, and Sacs will need something really special. They've got 12 minutes. Conor van Heerden now to make the difference. 2 converted tries as his old boys on look him, and a bit of a smile as well.
Would you say that that was a bit against the run of play there, Justin?
Possibly was. Conor van Heerden off the woodwork, and Sacs, they've got an outside chance here. 14 points will do it for them.
They do indeed, and I don't think this game is over by any stretch of the imagination.
And Patterson is in front of the kicker there. And it just shows you how momentum can change. Patterson's so close to scoring, gives it his all, loses it over the try line. 5 or 10 minutes later, it's King who scores.
Massive shift in momentum, Justin.
You get the sense that Rondebosch is starting to feel really comfortable here on the Tinkie Heyns Field. And good old Tinkie Heyns will be smiling from above. But maybe not yet, because we still have 10 minutes left. Starfoot in. Conor van Heerden, the dummy kick. It's opening up here. And that is terrific from the Rondebosch fullback. Korbot trying to cause havoc. Campbell Slater. And Rondebosch now really want to turn it on. It's Van Heerden again, and Fredericks wraps him up. Rondebosch looking for a 4th try here. William MacDonald, the Irish born, and he's been industrious. Kian Davis with a dummy. Well, that is quite something from the Rondebosch fly-off, and he's been probing that line the whole game. What a try.
He's marshaled his troops fantastically well all afternoon, and Kian Davis being rewarded with a fantastic try. Feet skill. There we see left-hand ruck. SAFODIEN, great flat ball to his flower, who shows and goes, and still had plenty of work to do after the line break, but shows fantastic feet and scores what is probably going to be a fantastic 7-pointer.
Well, Morgan, he was denied 2 or 3 times earlier in the first half, and this time he is rewarded.
Must be said, Justin, a bit of an unsung hero of this Rondebosch side. He's gone about his job quietly all afternoon, and he's balanced play between his forwards and his backs extremely well, and reaps the rewards. But with the service from SAFODIEN, he was bound to get on the scoreboard.
Van Heerden drills it home for Rondebosch. Already looking like what their rankings reflect, 6th in the country, and the last 10 minutes has been brilliant. And Sacs now, well, they're really getting frustrated. And you wouldn't have seen this coming, Morgan, about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Rondebosch executing when they've had the opportunity.
Rondebosch have been clinical, and Sacs have let themselves down with their basic errors. One in front of the kicker, and then one directly into touch, which has led to a 14-point difference.
Rondebosch managing to score 4 tries without their try-scoring machine in Dolvin Blood. SAFODIEN has been good, and he pokes it downtown. Buerta, the head boy, is giving chase, and Kurvort is at the back. So still 7 minutes left of the Southern Suburb derby. ASPELING clears, but Rondebosch will love that because it gives them another opportunity, Morgan, to score another try.
Just to correct you there, Justin, it was touched by a Rondebosch player, so it's still a line out to Sacs. Very, very fortunate, and I expect them to spread this one wide, considering there's only 7 minutes left in this game and 19 points difference on the scoreboard.
Jason Johnson is also on the field for Rondebosch, the number 17. The head boy there, Leon Buerta, a cricketing sensation. Whittingdale, the little feather. Jonathan KAPLAN has controlled the game so well, just like he has been doing since 1984. Patterson again. You really got a feel for him. He's really played so well. ASPELING. So virtually from their own goal line here. Sacs want to end on a high. Latachan with the skip ball. And here's Patterson. Beautiful inside ball to Toyle, who's opening up the defense here on the Tinkie Heyns paddock. Amazing stuff from Sacs. They're looking for their second try, and then Whittingdale, but he knew he had the penalty.
It'll be interesting to see what decision they make here, because the Sacs line hasn't been working for them all afternoon, and potentially a scrum and suck in all the Rondebosch forwards and then have 2 sides to attack could work, but it still looks like they may just be going for touch here. Although when I see water come on, I definitely think it's a message coming on from the coaching box. So we'll have to wait and see what decision is made.
ASPELING is in some trouble, and so is Doyle here, just stretching it out. And he's really showed off his skill today, the winger.
With the minimal opportunities he's had, he has made the best of them.
So 4 minutes left on the stadium clock. And Sacs now, well, they've got a lot of pride to play for, and they want to make the scoreline look better. And they want to go in with some confidence against Poljam next weekend.
5-man lineup with 7 at scrum off. It looks like it's going to be a drive if they could catch that one, but unfortunately again well contested by Rondebosch.
And that has been the story of Sacs' day. Their lineouts has not been functioning at all. Jordan Thomas with the steal, finds Hutting. Thomas again. Boy, he gets through a lot of work. Musa throws the dummy and he runs in to the root. Latachan. It's the ball there from Hutting to Bowden. Nicholas Bowden. Kretschmar to Brent van Niekerk. He's met so hard in the tackle. Rondebosch don't want to retreat here. And they get a penalty. So Conor van Heerden will be happy to clear. Always good to see the parents bringing out their toddlers to the ground. And the Bosch Army, they understand how good this season has been. And they'll really enjoy that break next week.
And there we see, I mean, once again, you know, Troy, who's impressed, Thomas Doyle, who's impressed from a Sacs point of view, has been fantastic. Unfortunately, just got not given enough ball throughout the afternoon.
McLeod Smith. SAFODIEN, Conor van Heerden finds some space, happy to play the kicking game late in the second half. Rondebosch know they have the victory, but surely both sides will look to end on a high here.
Rondebosch lineup has been effective all afternoon, and I'm sure they'll put this one in touch and create an attacking platform for one, potentially one last try before this game is wrapped up.
Van Heerden. Beautiful sight to watch Van Heerden kick a rugby ball. So much calmness. And now Rondebosch are looking for try number 5. Matt Cohen there, the open side flanker, alongside Conor van Heerden. Josh King, Kian Davis, and McLeod Smith. And that is a massive tackle there. And it's a penalty. Is it a penalty? And McLeod Smith is down here. He took a big knock in the tackle. And he's in some sort of pain.
Slightly above the nipple line there, Justin, and Jonathan KAPLAN pinning him. And though he looks like he's in a tremendous amount of pain.
Whittingdale there. He's really at a contest today. And that link between SAFODIEN and Davis has been so strong. What a prospect Kian Davis is. So that's some good sportsmanship there.
Matthew McLeod Smith has been a colossal on defense all afternoon. He's carried well and set great targets from which the backs and forwards could transition throughout the afternoon. Sad to see him leave the field this way, but I'm sure he'll be back.
That's great to see Matthew Curry, part of the Sacs coaching staff, helping McLeod Smith off the field. Enemies on the field, but friends off it. And that's how beautiful the game of rugby is.
One last attacking opportunity here for Rondebosch, and I'm sure SAFODIEN's got some plan up his sleeve. Uncontested scrums, it seems.
Davis has enough. That is that. Rondebosch. Well, it was a very difficult first half for Rondebosch. Only going into the sheds by 2 points. They came out firing in the second half, scoring 3 impressive tries. It started with SAFODIEN, then Joshua King scored, and then Kian Davis scored a special try. Rondebosch 27, Sacs 8. Thoughts, Morgan?
Fantastic afternoon of running rugby. Both sides giving the ball some air. And unfortunately, there can only be one winner, the old cliche. But I think Rondebosch deserved winners of 27 points to 8. And we wish both sides well as the season continues. And Justin, it's been a pleasure working with you, and hopefully we'll do so again in the future.
Thanks, Morgan. So Rondebosch enjoy a break next weekend, and then they have Stellenberg away from home. Sacs take on mighty Paul Jim on Memorial Day. Thank you for joining us. Mitchell's back.